for Berka Cranny, minimum AD and Koma. Today, why must I attend church meetings?
Family, I have been talking to you on the subject here. Here say issue eson oyankopon.
Na the entire person, remember sa enkomu eyade a here yina yi papa na here urade nso.
The goal of this subject is very important to God.
No kwasem we mo no say eto de dia eya na yetu ye ni ye behiem sa asoro ma na yetu ye ni a ya na yehu ye nwan no bebre.
Sometimes when we assemble over here and we look through, we realize that most of us are absent.
Obi wo ha oba enna wo kina uhuno.
Some they will come this week, next week they will be nowhere to be found.
Obi wo baba dakro oba ko hyemu a bebo so miansa chi na wo yi nanim baako.
Some will come to church today, and the next time you see him, it will be about 3 or 4 months.
Na ehwehwemu a mia maye ene dia foforo aye kire se se obi ba sori na ade kire wa ma ebribi ntia.
I have done little investigation. There has been some research that people who have been coming to church in that order, there is a problem.
Obi wo ha o se asori no hu nhira hia ne biem.
Some have reason that the church is not that important. Some also think that we waste too much time at church. Instead of me coming to church to waste the time over here, I can use the same time at work to get some money. Some also have a reason that the church is full of hypocrites.
Osusu se ya enia mike bompa ya oka no nipa ekeka nanim ema nyamesompa nanso mu gidie ndie na tese yapo sa na nipa etia o church mu enti onu mu ntumi enka mbomu ensom.
Some also have another reason, as our brother Mike has been saying, that they come to church, show like they are Christians, but inward them they are not. Because of that, they are not coming to church.
Obezuzu say asoro for no bebre admonyafo onim brother bi pa mo ba church ya mo hunu se jama oye bofo ama ba bi ohun brother no pa on na meta church ba ko mu de wo ma.
Some also have idea that the church is full of sinners because he or she might know somebody who is doing some awkward things at home. Why do you have to come and sit in the church with the same person?
Sister bi pa ba church wa dress kama question you know dey bi church say munim so on your yama wonye bia minim no. You see
this sister asking numerous questions as if she's saint, but I know her very well. At home, she's not that Christian like me. Brethren, whatever we do, no matter what, we are still going to live with sinners. Look at how beautiful we are all sitting here. There are some people, they have some kind of attitude. They have not made their mind to change from it. Some is also in the same. He is trying all the best he or she can to change from it. For us, God looks through our heart. We as human, we go physical.
Brother no baby awu na no sasa no baby awu na no ama odi ahye wutrim so woye de bonye niama e don't me nentina asoda ba ko mu no e bia saada no bibi bia kire no so ade bia ye no ama de kofa efiri wo wonko ho biam na eto obia wagina so say eno nti woni ne meso asoda ba ko.
Maybe you saw one sister or one brother at a particular place that he or she was not supposed to be. Maybe he went there for some reason. And it just happened once, but you have taken that as like that was his order.
One be quite so the boy into 1 minute and so that back one casano, we are correct party. We are 100%.
And now the question is, you are trying to pinpoint everybody. Yourself, you ask, are you saint?
Obisu say, oh, here radi be when a problem. It's say the old be an inside Canada.
Somebody is also not coming to church because he or she thinks he is self-sufficient.
Now, my catcher mo pain, and I true so. War Ghana now pa kwentu etua, and paba beti biya bekobi.
I've been telling you this before, and I'm telling you again. If you happen to be in Ghana and you want to travel, every prayer center they will find you over there.
Obi to me, shall come just say wo bompa ye wo kwa sorry ntem ye de obetumi bia se be Awurade be bia kwan e de ama no.
Some even dedicated their life to the church, going to church every day, doing fasting, doing all that they could, so that God will grant them some mercy.
Yeah, yes, and say Jesus ye hia Awurade.
We do that because at that point we believe we need God.
Na Awurade adom na ode de ye hia no ma ye wi a na e kama say you free Awurade no.
And after God has done his part, then we as human, we forget ourselves.
Israel for na Awurade na Moses ko yi won fi Misraim.
When God rescued the people of Israel through Moses,
Israel for ewo yawde bebremu wan ma ye nkoa ewa asase so enti Awurade hu wo mobo ebere wo musu ye and Awurade say Moses ko fa me nkoa besin eko asase konkro no so.
The people of Israel were in slavery, complaining, murmuring every day. God heard their prayer and sent Moses to deliver them from that slavery.
Enka we de enka ya sempa.
This happened to be a good news.
Awurade ya wonwade bia no senchele bia twase wo ye se be ya wo hene no ebe ja Israel for ma onu makro.
God performed numerous wonders for the king to realize that yes, God wants his people.
Moses ne dom enam esre so.
Moses was leading his people through the desert.
Grofoi na madru bia na Moses na wodi ebedru puyeja na grofoi su na ebeyi ombo mekunkum ye puya no ama ye wuwa da puyimu ama enam awe nam ye wo Misrim ene ye bo ye kura ye ho beto ye.
They got to a point by the Red Sea, they started murmuring, complaining, Moses, why did you do this? Why did you bring us over here? It would have been better you left us to stay in Egypt. Even if they would have killed us, at least we would have been living with them rather than coming over here to suffer.
No nyamia ma kwanche na asase kese abeda ho no man no afem.
And God heard that prayer. He opened the Red Sea, became a dry land, and they walked through. In their journey, they met so many tribulations, but God made them victorious.
Moses comedy na wonu nkrofo na mo aduane ni ye wo Misrim kura ene ye adwuma anka benya aduane adi Moses me aduane ni.
Moses, we are too hungry, we are dying out of hunger. Why did you bring us over here? It should have been better for us to be in Egypt. At least we would have some food to eat. Give us some food, Moses.
Na Moses ni Awurade kodi nkomo na Awurade ato aduane afiri so anu aduane wo soro. Aduane anu enfo mu ye no anu wo soro. And
then Moses will talk to God, pray to God, and God himself will cook food and throw it to them on the land, and they will eat it.
And Moses,
then after the food, they started complaining again. So Moses, you and your God, all you know is to give food without giving fish or meat. What kind of people are you? And Moses will go back to God and talk to him. And God will give them for meat or fish to eat.
Moses. And
then again they went further. Moses, you and your God, you give food, you give fish, you give meat, you don't give water. In fact, Moses became so annoyed because what they were doing, there was no comprehension in that. God has done so many things for you. What is wrong with you people? So Moses went to God, pray again that these people are so stubborn. I don't know what is wrong with them. They are not listening. What should I do? Again, they said they need water. And God showed him what to do.
Okay, story now. Just Moses quite something different.
If you remember the story, because Moses was annoyed, he didn't follow what God told him, but he did.
Israel for yinti Moses radikacha na say esan de wa yinti. Bra me twa de. No din kwaje ba bi tentente he. O wa sase na Moses me hu ho na kam okro no. O nan nsi ho. We need the behu ba o nan nsi ho. Israel for yinti.
Because of the stubbornness of the people of Israel, God called Moses, went with him for a distance and showed him, you see that beautiful city over there? That is where you people are going. But because of what you did, you would just see it like you were saying, but you would never set your foot over there. Brethren, God did everything possible for the people of Israel. Even with a few miles to the promised land, there was this river over there. Even though it's not easy for them to cross, but God made it easy for them to cross that river Jordan. Fortunately, they got to the land. I don't know whether they went with it, but when they got to the land, they started worshiping their old gods from their forefathers. Now, when they got to the promised land, they joined the inhabitants to worship their idols.
Now Joshua, hey, Israel, Musa sasi o mo titi su abosu no bosom na mbasom a monkosom na me Joshua ne me fiefo de ye ni bia aye enti ye besom Yehovah.
Remember, but then Moses was not part of the group that went to the promised land. So Joshua asked the people, all that the Lord has done for you, you are coming to mingle with the inhabitants of this place, doing all kinds of things that is against God. Continue to do it, but me and my family, you continue to worship the living God. Some people are saying they don't need God today. If you look at how God has protected you from Monday up to today, just come to church on Sunday to adore Him, to worship Him. You say, oh nah, forget about it. One reason that we need to worship here, to worship God, is just to thank God that we appreciate everything that He has been doing for us.
For a reason.
Yes, it is God's commandment that we have to assemble here. However, God has made us to assemble over here for a reason.
So kind Matthew Asempano 18 said, but seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well.
Say okay, Matthew 18 siana. Ose mo hwehwe Onyankopon ene ne tene ne kane na de aka yina o de beka mo.
Enti Awurade ahine ne tene ne kane nanu ni.
So the righteousness of God is this.
Say nim de raya ma ye pa na ye de Awurade pa na ye gitum se Awurade na ma ya hoden me yetumi di ko ye dwuma so Awurade na hwe yen so Awurade na hyirehira ye bo ye ho ban a kosia de dura ye ntena fie da no matter what.
If we believe that whatever we have, our movement to work back and forth, all these things was done by God, like we will never be absent to church on Sunday.
And then we be fear or back at yourself, me yare sa yare crown watching the bakaduma. Ne yo chenam panyumre. What about the night?
Somebody is home as I'm talking to you. He couldn't come to church because he claimed that he's sick. However, tonight or tomorrow, with the same sickness, you go to work with it. Look for the righteousness of God first. And everything will be added unto you. But we rather decide to do the opposite. We come to church to portray that in all the things that we do, God first.
So come Matthew 16:24-25. Radia Sam say, Sampara se bebe bedi Radia Yesu Christo chia. Yempa ye ho achi na yemfa ya senian ki yakwa ho de biara na yeni Radia Yesu Christo chi.
He said it in the book of Matthew that if you really decide to follow God, then we have to deny ourselves and then carry our cross.
Minianom. the entire any cancer we you free a sorry in she mudi emunose erade wa ye bia ma ye papa na wo se ma erade hu.
The reason why you don't have to be absent to church is that God have done so many things for us. Therefore, we need to assemble before Him.
Say okay Koronto enwometo so emienu.
Say okenkan embrace and sem bia etoso.
Ti enwatwe nyimu enum no a 2 Corinthians 8:5. Erade asem ekasafa enipekuo bi hu na ti asem okafa wo hu. Or say and they exceeded our expectations. They gave themselves first of all to the Lord, and then by the will of God also to us. Asem grofo no wo mo adi omo ye no eburu yanti asia so esense no mo di nkan de omo hu amerade. Neniano say ama erade ani kan wo yade nyina mu a ade die ne ho ye be.
Brethren, if you don't put God first in everything that we do, we are going to fail.
But we
have to show.
And I don't know calculations of how many hours are your war. The
other time I was doing calculation to see how many. Now we say our credit. I'm ready to do
now, you want to say you was 168 hours.
Now you say
in a week. Now think about it. 168 hours in a week. Who eat 3?
And you are taking 3 hours from that to give it to God on Sunday. You said no.
Very serious, I must say.
We are your host.
Say about sorry.
When we come to church,
it
shows our appreciation that He leads us in everything we do.
Neni edi wo biara wo ye biribi manu obeda na ase no ana osan be nenim be show appreciation nyame neni kunsa ni pa no papa.
Anybody that shows appreciation to God, God really care and love that person.
And I know already Jesus Christ any for no for no okay.
That 10 lepers, I believe you remember that story.
Nankrofwe hu Yesu na Yesu, you know, ye de twa so ye nankrofwe asem fam ko kire
when these lepers saw Jesus showed them what to do to go and show themselves to the leaders of the town. Whilst they are on their way, they realize that they are healed from their leprosy. Say, oh, now we are healed. We are no more lepers. Now my hands are free. I can use my hand to work. Good. I'm going to look for some jobs.
Hey, Mr. Napier, after they met to me,
now my hands are all healed. I can take my bag, go search for my family. Whilst they were doing all these things, one of them said, have you forgotten that it was somebody that made us healed? Why don't we go back and look for that person and thank him? They said, no, forget about it. But that person went. When Jesus saw that person, he asked him, how many were you? Where are the rest? Brethren, the same attitude of the lepers, the same behavior of the lepers is what God always bless us, give us so many good things.
And now Ghana, a nipa ato something echo embassies everywhere visit to Quine. What America?
If you get to Ghana embassy and you see the queue and the number of people that are trying to get into the embassy to get visa, we have a lot of people in this country looking for jobs. They are not getting. You are fortunate. Some people are here crying every day just to get documentation to work. They are not getting. You are here. You have Some are wailing, crying that God should have mercy on them to give them a baby. But you had it free.
Me no can say obida na name for so many months, so many years.
As I'm talking to you, you are sitting here, somebody's in the hospital on the life support. As I'm talking to you right now, somebody is in the surgery room and the doctors are working on him. Here you are, moving. But on a Sunday that we have to come here to praise and show appreciation to God, you will say no. What I want you to understand this morning is that in this church, you find all categories of people. You have righteous people. You have people who will be gossiping. But do not let the attitude of another person make you go to men can say, oh yeah, you say, oh yeah, you say, oh yeah, can say, oh yeah, oh yeah, you say, every corner in a year, no, yes, I also will be and I'll go to the fee. Don't let somebody's behavior make you leave the church. Sometimes you might say somebody just blink the eye for some reason, but because it's a coincidence, you might think like, oh, it is because of me, that's why. Yes, we are human. Somebody is going to step on your toe. Yes, I agree. But if you stay focused on your goal, nothing will depart you from the yes, it is true that you can use your time to work to get money. But remember what your Lord has done and set some time apart for God. Hebrews 10:25 says, but let's continue to exhort ourselves as we see that the days are getting close. God gave us understanding. To change our mindset and going forward, we show much appreciation and enthusiasm in worshiping God. Amen. Amen.